Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are here to do a pick a card intuitive reading. So this is going to be a flower reading, and if you have not seen these readings before from me, I use the energy of the flower to read into the question. So I'll infuse the question into the flower and tune in directly from spirit, so channeling energies that I can pick up on, whatever I can see or hear or feel into. So it is an intuitive reading, and we're going to be taking a look here at the question about the person on your mind. What are their secret confessions for you right now? So we're actually going to also be doing an extended reading for each of the piles. And in the extended portion, we're going to be taking a look at what is next for this connection. So I will have the link down below over on Patreon. You can have access to the extended reading over there. Also, I'll have the link to the individual extended reading. All of the three groups will be combined into one link over on Gumroad if you would prefer to just purchase the extended over there and not join the membership. So I'll have both of those listed down below. And yeah, so we have three groups here to choose from. Before we make our selection, let's go ahead and call in spirit and set the intention for the reading. Okay, so spirit, tune us in here today, please, to whoever this reading will be for. I trust that you will guide those souls to this message here today and to this reading, if it's right for them. So we're going to see here the person that is on the viewer's mind. What is this person's secret confessions for you right now? So allow me to be an open and a clear channel for all of the souls who are here, and guide them, please, to the correct pile. Okay, so group number one, you are going to be this flower here. Group number two, you are going to be this flower. And group number three, you are going to be this flower here. Okay, so think about the person that's on your mind and choose whichever one you feel most drawn to. The timestamps are going to be down below, and whenever you're ready, we will jump into group number one. Hello, group number one. If you chose this orange big flower here, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into here for you. So if you did miss the intro, there's also going to be an extended reading to this reading. And in the extended, we're going to be taking a look at what is next for this connection. So I'll have the link down below to the extended reading over on Patreon, or also the individual extended link if you'd like to just purchase that alone. Okay, so spirit, tune us in, please, to all of the souls who are here for group number one. Anyone who is joining here for this reading. So allow me to be an open and a clear channel for the person that is on the viewer's mind as they're watching this reading today. So as much detail as possible, please, spirit. What can we know about the person's secret confessions to the viewers right now? Okay, so just go ahead and think about the person on your mind for a moment as you look at the flower. All right, so let's see. So the person that is on the viewer's mind right now as they are watching this reading, what is this person's secret confessions? So I'm getting a message here that this person would want to confess to you that they might not be very happy right now with where they are. This would be something specific because I'm kind of seeing someone in a very complacent, sort of bored energy. So maybe this is someone that, it depends on your situation. Maybe they chose something else, or maybe they are just without you at the moment. This could be a separation. It kind of feels like this person is in some sort of like numb state, and they really want to tell this to you because they feel like if they could confess that to you, maybe it would give you, some clarity. I feel like this person actually would also want to say on that same note that they may have felt very intimidated by this connection. And so that's also another secret confession here, which could have led them to where they are right now. So again, maybe they felt like they couldn't handle this connection, or they couldn't. There's something that keeps coming up, like they're very restless. They don't feel happy with where they are or with the decisions that have been made about you and the connection, or both, I think that they could also want to confess they have a hard time sleeping. Again, it feels to tie into maybe something at the moment that we're doing this reading. They could be going through a hard time, or this could be, maybe for a few of you, a breakup that you've been through recently with this person. Take it where it applies. But I do feel like this person would want to confess that they are having a difficult time. And I also feel too, there's a lot of things coming through actually very quickly. I think they also want to say to you here that they are having some sort of light bulb moment. So it could really all tie together to where they're having a light bulb moment about the position that they're in right now, or what has led to the decision or the separation, I should say, between the two of you. If you are still in contact, it could just be that they don't feel good about where you left things, or kind of the inconsistency maybe that they have right now towards you. So yeah, if they could confess this, I think they would want to say that they are actually taking a lot of accountability for their own part in this journey. And I think that since we are kind of looking at their secret confessions, they may not want to really admit this or to show this to you. So maybe their ego gets in the way. But yeah, I feel like they are having some sort of awareness or light bulb moment about this situation. For somebody very specific, they also may want to confess that they have been seeking to numb their own pain through addictions. For someone specific, I'm getting like adrenaline activities or gambling or any other addiction, but that could just be for some. They feel like I almost kind of feel like this person's in a bit of a whirlwind right now. Or again, they want to confess that they have this whirlwind within themselves, that they have trouble maybe grounding. And so, yeah, they could want to share with you that addictions have been a factor. Even if they're not like substance addictions or gambling, it could just be their personality, that they kind of feel, it's almost like I'm being shown like this creature with teeth, and they want to almost satisfy some kind of desire outside of themselves that they maybe don't understand where that comes from. So this could have led to, again, where they are now, or the connection dissolving, or something, not working out with you. They also want to confess, they seem to have a lot to say here. This person wants to confess that they do think about you a lot more than they would like to admit, I'm getting. Specifically, maybe when they listen to music. So it could be in the car, or it could be just with their headphones, but they seem to think a lot about you when listening to music. And I think that for someone specific, I just heard cuddling. So maybe they think about cuddling you, or maybe they think about the moments that you have cuddled. What would this person, yeah, they seem to really want to reiterate that something has gone awry here with their life. We'll see what that could be, but maybe if they'll share it or not, but it seems like something has kind of, I don't know, it's like I'm getting kind of like stale bread here. So I don't know if they just feel that way. They feel like they are at a point of their life where things feel a bit stale, but it's almost like I feel like I'm just sort of drowning in that, or I'm circling around that. So maybe they don't know what to do with this or how to get out of that. What is this person's secret confessions towards you? Yeah, they would want to say, which again, I don't feel like this person would really actually say this to you, but that they have struggled with a lot of insecurities when it comes to you. And it's almost like that's the root, and then everything else is a extension of that. Their actions, their behaviors, their intentions have kind of all been because of those insecurities. So it's like they bury that side of themselves though deep within, that they do have some sort of insecurity or self-esteem issue. And then again, it kind of like branches out to things that are not good for them, or leading a life that they don't, maybe want to come out of or do anything about, or like a victim mentality. For someone also specific, they would want to confess that they still look you up. So it could be on social media. Even if you don't have social media, they're trying to find some kind of information about you. I'm actually being shown someone, it's like, I'm being shown something like trying to like sift through something or find a little, how to put this, kind of like a Page of Swords energy. Like maybe they're trying to poke a needle at something to get some sort of information about you. I don't know if that's through asking some other people. I'm not sure how they do that, but it's like, how to describe that? It's almost like they don't want to admit that they're looking for information about you. So it would be like poking around on the surface level. So again, maybe through other people or social media, but in some way trying to like find some little sliver maybe of information about you. That would of course mainly be if you're not in contact with this person at all, or maybe if it's been a while. But yeah, I think this person actually has a lot of more thoughts and more feelings than they show, but they just, it's like they're bottled up and they can't find an outlet for like how to show them to you. So it comes out instead in those kinds of ways of like almost creeping around the corner kind of feeling here. What would this person want to confess to you? What are their secret confessions for you, group number one? For somebody really specific, I'm being shown somebody with on house arrest. So I feel like that's just very obviously not for many people, but I don't know why that's a secret confession. Maybe you don't know that about them. I don't know if they're in that situation right now, or if this is something that happened to them before and they never told you about it. It kind of ties back though to maybe some addictive habits or just bad habits that they've had. This person also, they want to make something right with you. Again, they feel like they're kind of like, they feel like they're very much under the surface sort of, so they don't want to like openly come out with that. But in some way, if they could admit this, they would want to say that it is a situation that they wish to make amends with, or they wish that they could at least have the opportunity to explain some of what's coming up here too. And they seem to want to like wrap it all together with wanting you to understand why they do the things that they do, or why they act the way that they act, or why they're avoidant. It's like if they could have the courage to just like share that with you or show that to you. Because I kind of feel for this person, I'm hearing there's a lot of like, there's a lot more secrets to them than you know. And they don't all have to be like necessarily bad secrets, but there's a lot of, it's like a deep ocean here, and you think that the secrets that they have within themselves are only, halfway underneath the surface of the water, but it's actually to the very bottom of the sea, the bottom ocean floor, meaning that they probably have, again, it feels like a combination of circumstances, but also a lot of like internal battles. So like I said, for the example, maybe there has actually been a deeply rooted issue inside of themselves, or like an addiction that maybe you have suspected, but you may not know like how deeply it goes. Also too, I feel like this person, they kind of honestly, they feel like they are like, they're really a bit of a mess right now. I think that they have worn a mask, and I'm almost being shown this mask that they wear has been like glued almost to their face. It's become a part of them, but it never was them. But it's almost like they can't escape their own mask. So like they've created a character, but now they can't come out of the character that they've created. That's how they're showing it. So they feel like they have a lot of internal battles. And I guess this is coming through to let you know, depending on, regardless of like what is your relationship with this person now, maybe it will give you some kind of comfort or closure or understanding of where things have happened here in this dynamic, and wanting to maybe give you from their higher self, like, that it's not your fault maybe, or that, you know, that this is kind of what I'm dealing with and it's not about you. There's something like that about this here. But this person seems to be very talkative. The messages are coming in rapidly. I'm also getting for some that they could have actually researched something about spirituality or connections. So again, this could be like in the own corners of their, you know, life without telling people or telling you. They could have researched something here about soul connections or maybe just spirituality. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this person is buzzing all over the place here. So they have like a lot of restless energy. What are their secret confessions? Yeah, very specific things are coming through here. For some, they actually could have dialed your number and then hung up, or, I mean, if they don't, most likely they probably, you know, have your number in their phone already, so they wouldn't be actually typing in the number. Maybe if that's, I don't know, maybe if they deleted your number and it's almost like they were on the button of call but they didn't click it, or maybe just sitting on your contact and wanting to press call or text but they just don't actually follow through with it, but they've actually been at that moment before or recently. If this is someone that you haven't had like a long-term disconnect from, it could just be that this is someone that maybe in recent days, you know, they've been really wanting to talk with you, but they, for some reason, they're like sitting on that send button. I'm hearing I've created too much distance now. So that could be very specific for somebody. They feel like that could be one of the reasons, that they've just created too much distance. I'm also being shown this really big like boulder in the middle. So if it's not distance in terms of time or space, it could just be emotional distance. They've created too much of a wall to like, or that's how they feel like, how do I even break down that wall? But there's this energy coming up too with the width of this orange flower, that they are having the courage, or they're gaining the courage. So they want you to know that too, that they're working up the courage to maybe to send that message to you, or maybe to be more committal, or whatever the case is here. But they seem to, it's like this whole kind of thing wraps back to this more endpoint message here of like, they are on the brink of like having a newfound courage. And we'll see in the extended what's going to happen next year, because this is just coming from their secret confessions. We'll kind of look from a larger perspective too, from the universe, and just see what they want you to know. But anything else? This person's secret confessions for the viewers of group number 1. I keep hearing the word trouble. Like they've either gotten themselves into trouble, or they are trouble. Something about trouble here. I'm also hearing that song, I think by Katy Perry, you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out. So they feel like they know that about themselves. Again, I do see this person working on healing. So it could be like self-help books, it could be therapy, it could even be spirituality. but they're doing something right now that's trying to help them to recover or to heal, or just to be more confident in who they are. So they are making those steps, and I guess they just want you to know that. And because I just feel like this person has, it's like they're just showing me again that deep bottom ocean floor, and it's like there's a spiral going all the way down. There's like one thing led to another, and then another thing led to another, and it's almost like their thoughts spiral, or like the depths of their own issues spiral, but it's almost like it's gotten so deep though that they have to pull themselves out. I'm hearing, let's call a spade a spade. So I don't think I've ever said that before. So I don't know if this person plays cards. I believe that means like, let's agree to disagree, or let's come to a truce or an understanding. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it means. And it almost does, kind of feel like that. Like this could even just be your souls working things out, maybe from this higher level, or if it is something, again, we'll see in the extended, but in the physical world too, of like, let's just agree to I don't know if it's agree to disagree, or if it's just let's forgive and kind of, whatever happens after that, I don't know. Let's forgive and move forward, or let's just agree that this is what happened and we forgive each other. Something along those lines. Any final secret confessions that this person has? For someone, this is very specific. It's not going to be for everyone, but they could have said something about you in like a gossip kind of way. So maybe that's part of what they want to come to an agreement about, or maybe it's to ask for your forgiveness. Something where they may have said something about you, either recently, or maybe this is like further before in the past. But I'm not sure what they said, but they could have said some kind of lie about you, or maybe they just blamed things on you when really it wasn't all about you. Could be vice versa if you did that, but I think it's this person here. Because it feels like there's like a web here. There's like a web of complication in the middle. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have, again, like circled around to this point of, I don't know, like how did we get here, or how did I get here? Yeah, and they want to close it up by saying that there's some sort of window of opportunity that they're trying to master here, or that they're trying to open when it comes to at least resolving something, or at the very least resolving themselves, and like, looking deeper into themselves, maybe taking a bit of a step back and zooming out and looking at their life and looking at where they are, and looking at maybe where you fit into that, where did you fit into that, and trying to make steps of improvement here. So yeah, I will go over to the extended, and we will also get a few message cards as well from a few decks, just to get a bit extra confirmations here, and then we'll look at what is next for this connection. So I'll have, again, the link down below. If you did enjoy this reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I hope that this was helpful, and I will talk to you all over on the extended or in the next reading. Take care and lots of love. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the orange rose, let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into here for you and for your reading. So if you did miss the intro, there also will be an extended reading. So I will have the link down below over to the individual extended reading. Or if you'd like to join over on Patreon, you will have access as well to all of the extended readings. And we're going to take a look over there at what is coming next for this connection. So what's going to unfold, where are things heading? Okay, so Spirit, tune us in, please, to any of the viewers, any of the souls who are here who chose group number 2. So I trust that there will be a message here that they need to hear. So we ask for clear information here. Allow me to be an open and a clear channel for the person that the viewers are currently thinking about as they're watching this reading. So we ask for as much detail as possible. What can we know about this person's secret confessions for the viewers that are watching the reading? Okay, so if you would just take a second to think about the person on your mind as you're looking at the flower. Okay, so Spirit, tune us in here, the person that the viewers are thinking about as they're watching this reading. So tune me into that person's energy. So what is this person's secret confessions right now for the viewer? If they could confess anything, if they could say anything at all to you, what are their secret confessions? Okay, so I'm being shown a cassette tape going over and over. So this could be someone who would want to confess that maybe they're replaying certain conversations with you, or they could even just be replaying memories that the two of you have shared together, possibly even I'm hearing this person's looking back on the past and they're coming to some sort of understanding. They're coming to a better understanding, a more balanced understanding about you, about maybe their personal mistakes, about the two of you. I am getting this person would also want to confess as well that something has come back around to them. They may feel like they've gotten maybe some form of karma, or it kind of gives me like a judgment or justice sort of feeling. So we'll see a bit more where it goes and what this could be. But I feel like they would want to say that they are having a higher perspective understanding, or they've been able to piece something together about you, about the past, about maybe their current life. And I'm hearing it led to a sinking feeling. So they could be possibly actually having some sinking feelings in their heart here. About what has happened, about maybe what went wrong here in the past, or just something that they are feeling right now. I also feel too this person would want to confess. It's almost like I'm seeing them walking around the circle here when it comes to this connection. I almost feel like there is, inside of all of this is where those maybe more emotional energies are, or the realizations that they're having. But it's like they haven't been able to like show this to you or express this to you. So I feel like they would also want to say that they're almost like secretly having this understanding or secretly having these feelings, but they're like walking around the fence here, and maybe just not knowing either how to show that to you or whether or not they should share that with you. It keeps coming up that if they could confess something, they would want to say that they're very nostalgic. And yes, I'm getting that it is nostalgic in terms of that they miss you, but I'm also getting that they could even just be in a very heavy nostalgic space right now in general. Again, it could be like going back to a certain version of themselves or a certain part of their life that you may have been there. But I think that they're also putting more pieces together. For someone specific too, I'm getting that they also might be doing some sort of inner child healing, or they have realized that there's an issue when it comes to their past. What is this person's secret confessions? Yeah, I feel like they would also want to secretly confess that they are searching for the truth. They're searching for the answers. Again, not just about you, but I think that you have maybe been a catalyst for that. And I'm just seeing this person walk through like a dark forest with a flashlight. And they would want to say that, again, maybe you have been an inspiration for that. But I think this is also coming from maybe their soul, their higher self, wanting to, share this with you as well, that they are trying to come to some personal truths and understandings here. Yeah, I just keep getting regret, but I'm almost getting like, as I pick up on the regret, I feel like I'm avoiding the regret. And then I feel like it's inside of that message of like, I'm avoiding the regret. So I don't know if maybe this person, again, it's a bit like layered here, but if they could have a secret confession, it would have something to do with like I'm regretful, but I'm avoiding the regret, or maybe I have avoided the regret for some time. It's kind of like a bit of a sad energy too. They kind of feel like an outsider, or they feel like they have to watch from afar or look in on your life. They could actually be doing that, or this could just, again, be almost like energetically or emotionally here. Again, it's like it keeps repeating. I think this person looks back on the past a lot. They may look back on the times that the two of you shared. This is definitely probably someone that you're not in touch with, or at the very least, if you are, it's like maybe in their own personal time when they don't show it to you, they are going through these scenarios or going through these more nostalgic, emotional memories perhaps here. And I do feel too that they want to reiterate that they seem to have received some sort of karma. What are their secret confessions for you? What would they want to confess to you right now if they could confess anything to you? Yeah, I'm just getting things are bubbling up. I'm not sure why they want to confess this to you. Maybe it is to give you a sense of understanding of where they are, but it's like everything seems to be surfacing and bubbling up. They're highly emotional right now. And it kind of came up for group one, even though this is a different energy, but especially in the extended, there is a lot that is like currently happening. So the energies are a little bit unstable, and they feel like they are in some way like a bit out of control. And I'm just getting that it's almost like an ocean, or like a tidal wave that comes in, and it just sort of takes us underneath the wave, and we don't really have control of that. So I kind of feel like that's where this person is right now. For someone specific, I'm not sure why I'm seeing somebody highlighting certain pages in like a book, or maybe something that they wrote here. It could be journaling. It could be some sort of self-reflection. Yeah, and I think that they would want to almost confess this to you, that they wish they would have known better, or they wish they would have done better. Again, it's like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's almost like a regret inside of a regret or something. Like, if I could only confess to you that I'm regretful about my previous actions, or if I could only, it feels like, how to describe it, kind of like with this rose here too, like there's many layers of their emotions right now that are being felt, and it's like many different scenarios running through their mind of like what could have been done differently, or I don't know why. I'm not sure if they've done some sort of, again, inner reflection or therapy, or just something recently that seems to have brought this all about. We'll see in the extended to a bit more, and I'll get some message cards as well. Yeah, this is mostly coming up as a repetitive message that they wish they would have done something differently. So again, I think for most of you, this is like a past situation, and I think maybe it just gives you that information that you need on this point of your journey. It could be someone who you've been in recent touch with or contact with, and if that's the case, they feel that they made a mistake here, or they wish they could have made a different turn at a certain point of your journey, or maybe recently. Is there anything else here, Spirit, aside from this nostalgic regret? What would this person, what are their secret confessions for you? Yeah, they want to confess that when they met you maybe, or when you dealt with them, they seem to be in a very like darkened state. I'm kind of seeing like a silhouette of their body, and they want to say that they had either been like that when you knew them. Maybe you didn't know that, or maybe they didn't feel like they could share that with you, but they could have, could point to just not feeling emotions, or it could be depression, something that they felt like they want you to know that they were not in a good place. And again, it's like they wish the journey was easier. They wish that it's like they wish that things were different here. They wish they would have made different choices, but they also wish that they knew maybe now what they knew, or they wish they would have known then what they know now. I'm hearing I'm picking up the pieces. Yeah, so this person's energy is it's a bit different than group one, because the messages for group one were like really quick and they were very detailed. This feels more like an overall theme that just keeps coming up as the main thing here, that they have to heal, that they need to heal themselves, that they're going through healing. They're trying to pick up the pieces here. And I'm just kind of getting, to be honest, a little bit of like a powerless energy coming from them. They may feel like at this point of their life, they're feeling a bit powerless, and they're feeling afraid or defensive, or not even so much defensive as much as vulnerable and powerless for some reason. And I think that's actually, now that I've opened up a bit more into this, there's a deeper message of a confession, is that they don't want you to take it personally, because they don't seem to have the power or the courage right now to face these overflowing emotions, or to get a handle on everything here, and to maybe it's about coming forward to you, maybe it's about explaining more of this. It's almost like they're overwhelmed by this wave, and they may feel like they want you to know that it's like they don't feel like they can find a way out, or at this moment they feel like they can't find a way out. And maybe it's because they think, I'm not sure your situation, maybe they wonder if you're waiting for them, or maybe they think that maybe they just feel guilty because they don't know if that's how you feel, or maybe you left things unfinished. But it's like they would want you to know that there's a lot deeper issues than meets the eye with their ability to step forward, or to make something work here, or to kind of like, because I'm just being shown they're like sinking, or they don't seem to have like, again, some sort of like strength within them to cope with this right now. I don't know what happened, but it feels like it could either just be that everything has bubbled up, or something in their life just hit them, and it kind of put everything into perspective, and they just think that it's like, it's very emotional and almost, again, overwhelming to explain all of that. For some of you, they could want to explain something to you, but it's like, where do I even start? How do I even do that? What are their secret confessions? Yeah, they really don't want you to take anything personally, is what keeps coming through. So they may feel like you did take it personally, or they just wonder if you have. It's almost like somebody waking up from like a bad dream as well. So they could have, again, I don't know exactly what happened here, but something could have happened in their personal life, and maybe it just made them become very aware of everything, maybe people that they hurt, or their own behaviors. And I think that they just don't want you to take it personally, because in some way they think that you have, maybe, or maybe they see that you have, or they just wonder if you have. And they would want to confess that to you, that they don't want you to take that personally. Okay. They also feel like, I'm hearing, I've been a bad friend. So that could be for someone. It kind of adds up with all of this, that they feel like maybe they just didn't treat you well, or they weren't a good partner or a good friend to you. Even if this is a romantic connection, for most of you, obviously it is. You may have had a friendship, or they may have, felt that you were a good friend, and I just think that they feel kind of like an emotional mess, because maybe they let people down, or they let you down, and they feel like they were not a good friend to you, and so they want to confess that they have guilt about not being a good friend or a good person to you, maybe. I'm seeing a card from a deck, and it says hiding out, and it shows somebody just sitting in the corner. So again, I think that they're not ready to talk. If this is something recent, then you can apply it like that. Maybe they feel like they did something recently, they betrayed your trust, or they just were not a good friend recently, and they feel like they're not ready to handle maybe your reaction of their apology, or they're not ready to come back around, maybe to get a grip on their emotions. But if it is something from maybe the past, or somebody that you had this deep connection with, I think that maybe everything is settling in to these realizations, and it's like they, again, don't have the strength to face this, is what they keep wanting to say. For another group of you here, or the same group, they could have run from this connection. And again, they want you to see it. They want you to see that like it wasn't that they were running from you or it wasn't about you. They just weren't able to handle how things felt, or they were in a very dark state at the time, or they were in a very emotionless, or they just didn't understand themselves on a more sensitive level, and they may feel like they couldn't handle it, and they just want you to see that it was about their own issues or capability of handling this connection and not about you. This person just keeps wanting to say here that they have a lot of it's like I'm being shown somebody looking at a mirror and everything is shattered, and they're looking at themselves in a very distorted sense, or they did for a long time. And I think that there has been this realization that has been the case. So it's not that I think they've had to face something. I think they've had to look at the broken glass, and they've had to see that they were looking at themselves in the mirror in that kind of way, and that ended up hurting people. It ended up hurting you, and it ended up hurting maybe other people and themselves. And I just feel like this person's kind of just going through it here right now. What are their secret confessions, group number 2, for you? Anything else that we want to say here? What are their secret confessions? This person could be making lifestyle changes. Even I'm getting something with like eating healthier. Maybe they have battled with certain bad habits or addictions, and they are making a lot of progress, or at least they're trying to become a better person, to form better habits, to maybe have more stability in their life. They also feel too, keeps coming through, that they feel like you perceive that they've betrayed them. Maybe not for all of you, but for some. And they feel bad about that. But they can't face that truth. Or it's not that they can't face the truth, they can't face you right now. It's almost like they can't look at you, or they can't see how you would look at them. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up in the extended, because I think this person it's kind of like the whole feeling in the reading is like being on the brink of having to do something about these emotions, but still circling a little bit around it. And it's almost like it will collapse though, like the bottom will have to drop out, because we're walking on, this like cardboard here, and it's going to collapse eventually. Any final secret confessions that this person has for you, group number 2? Yeah, I'm hearing I avoided the pain. I've been avoiding the pain. And you'll have to take it where it applies, since I don't know who this person is for you. I can see this being a few different specific things. This could even be someone who was a recent partner, or like a newer person, and maybe they have just realized that they have been avoiding their own pain about past situations, and they feel bad for hurting you because maybe they just weren't ready for a relationship because of their past. It could be that as well. Others of you, again, this could be a past person, and they may be just now settling that truth in, that they did avoid their own pain, which ended up hurting you at the time. But it seems to have come full circle. And also for someone specific, this could all have possibly been triggered by some kind of big collapse in their life, I'm hearing. So maybe somebody else betrayed them, and it kind of mirrored back what happened here with you, or they experienced a loss in their life, in other categories. And I think that, the bottom line is that they can't really run. There's no more corners to run to. There's no more escape routes. And it seems like maybe the universe has put this upon them not just about your connection, but for them to look at themselves and to become, a better person, or to live a more fulfilling life. And I think that maybe people around them betrayed them, or people left them, or something really major happened recently, some kind of big loss. Unless that was your relationship, but that would probably only be if you had like a really long-term relationship, if you were married, if you otherwise it's probably something else around them. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it here. I feel like this person does have more to say, but I will go to the extended and we'll get a bit more. I think we'll come up with that and we'll get some message cards. So we'll see what's next, what's going to unfold here in this connection. Because it does feel like something is like unfinished, or we need to, it's like we can't just open up the can of worms and then never do anything about it. That's kind of how this feels. But we'll see what comes up. So I'll have the links down below for the extendeds. I hope that this reading was helpful. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you over at the extended or in the next reading. Take care and lots of love. Hello, group number 3, if you chose this pink flower. Let's go ahead and see what we can pick up on and channel into here for you. So as I mentioned in the intro, if you missed the intro, there will also be an extended reading to this reading, and we're going to be taking a look over there at what is next for this connection between you and this person. So what might unfold next? So I'll have the link down below to Patreon if you'd like to join the membership for access to the extended, and also I will have the individual extended link if you'd rather just purchase the one reading. So let's go ahead and see. So Spirit, tune us in please to any of the souls who are here, who are present for group number 3. Anyone drawn to the pink flower. So allow me to be an open and a clear channel today, please, for what are the secret confessions for the person that is on the viewer's mind as they're clicking on this reading. So what would they like to secretly confess to you? So we ask for as much detail as possible, please. Okay, so just go ahead and think about your person as you're looking at the flower. Okay, let's see. So I'm getting kind of like a bit of a frustrated energy coming from this person. I feel like there's secret confessions here. It seems to have something to do with wanting to start something with you, wanting to ignite something with you. This might be someone who maybe they haven't come forward, or they've been wanting to come forward to you. This might be like either like a secret admirer kind of feeling, or they have just been holding back when it comes to their attraction or their passion for you, or some kind of like thoughts of wanting to ignite this connection. So I feel like this person's secret confession is that they actually are still very much in your energy, or they are lurking, or they're kind of like wanting to, depends on who this is to you, that they're still interested in you, or maybe that they're interested at all in you. And I think that they are definitely someone who, again, maybe you don't, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe you don't know this about them, or maybe you don't know that they still feel this way, but there's definitely some kind of secret confession here coming from them of it's like still being in your energy. What is this person's secret confessions for the viewers of group number 3? What would they want to secretly confess to you? Yeah, it's like I'm seeing somebody looking over their shoulder and wondering if they want to go backwards. This person seems a bit mysterious here for group number 3, definitely a different kind of energy so far. So I don't know who this is to you, but they could be either wanting to or thinking about whether or not they've made the right choice with something. This person also could still be watching you, I'm getting, or if it is somebody who is not like someone that you have past or a history with, they definitely could be a lot more interested in you than what they let on. It's like I'm seeing somebody looking from a distance, looking at you from afar, from like the corner. And I think that this person also wants to confess that you have some qualities about you, or maybe a certain look about you that is very unique and attractive to them. And they can't seem to stop looking at you or thinking about that. I think that they feel again, I'm getting kind of a bit of a passive energy though, or like a standing back energy, or they're just not really taking steps towards this at the moment, at least. So maybe this is how they've been, or this is how they were. But I do think that part of their secret confession here is that again, I'm getting a little bit of like an ego here though, or frustration to where they're not wanting to admit this for whatever reason. I'm also getting somebody who feels tongue-tied. So again, they would secretly want to confess that maybe you either make them nervous, or they don't know if they could either confess whatever it is that they want to confess anyway. Maybe they feel like, that their attraction towards you, they don't know how to handle it, or they don't know if they should say something to you. I think this person, for someone very specific, if you do see this person, if they're like in your life, for some of you, they could be trying to like get a glimpse of you. So maybe it's at work, or maybe it's, I don't know, maybe when you're out and about, or if you're out with a group of friends, they're trying to like get a glimpse of you, or try to look around to see where you are. Because again, I'm getting a bit of like a background energy for this person, like they're not wanting to be open or to openly admit this. This person thinks about you a lot. They also may have dreams about you. Again, they do feel like they're hiding a lot of this, unless this is someone that you are talking to. But for most of you, this is more of like a confession that I still see you everywhere, or I still think about you, or I still look for you. I'm hearing still waters run deep. Yeah, like they have a lot deeper emotions than they show you. So I think that if they were to be honest with you, or honest with themselves, they would kind of admit that they either still have a thing for you, or that they just in general, like you or love you, or just have a deep interest in you. And I'm getting too that this person also could very much, it seems like the same theme comes up here, like they could very much play it cool. They may not show anyone this or tell anyone, or when they're asked about you, or if you do have like a group setting, they definitely may not appear to be interested, or they just don't say anything, about you if somebody mentions you, something like that I'm getting. I feel like for someone specific, this person could have felt that the two of you were too different, or that this would never work out. And maybe that's true. I don't know. But there's also, even if they said that, or even if they feel that, there's still like an underlying hope, or like a question mark as to maybe there could have been something. So that's just for some of you, I feel. Because I'm kind of getting a little bit of a weird energy with this person. Not necessarily bad, but it's kind of like a cat and mouse here, or like a hide and seek, or like a competition with you. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I think that it's like their lips are sealed here, but they want to say more, or they pretend not to like you, but they do. What is this person's secret? For someone specifically too, I'm getting that you make them want to be romantic, is what I'm hearing. So either this is when you were together, or if this is currently happening, or if you're currently dealing with them, they would want to confess that there's something about you which makes them feel romantic, or it makes them feel, like they want to court you, or something along those lines here. Yeah, definitely they hide behind their emotions, or they hide behind a mask, I should say. And I think there's this circle I keep getting of like a frustration, a buildup. So maybe if you haven't talked to this person in a while, or if you see them about but you don't talk, or maybe if there just has not been any sort of movement of this connection, it's like a lingering sort of thing. I feel like this person is heavily drawn to you. I'm getting also a lot of sensual thoughts about you, a lot of sensual energies. They do feel like if you have had that kind of intimate connection, they want that again, or they think about that again. Or others of you, I can see this being someone that you haven't really been with. It could be a crush, or it could be a newer connection, and they do think a lot about what that would be like to be with you intimately. Yeah, they feel like there's such an attraction towards you. Yeah, and if this is somebody who you've had a past with, or if you've had memories with, they do replay that a lot. They think about that a lot, or they go over and over the past with you. And I think I heard that before too. It's like they want to be able to turn the page here. So I'm not sure if this is like a stalemate, or if this is, again, someone that you have yet to even open anything up with romantically. But they would secretly want to confess that they hope that things can turn forward, or they hope that they can turn the page with this, or that they can come forward to you, or that something can change with this situation. I also feel too that they actually are quite emotional under the surface. For some specifically too, this may not, of course, be for everyone, and it depends on your relationship with them, but they could have either cried about this, or they could have, I'm seeing someone like write down a lot in their journal, or like write you a letter or something, and it's like it's very emotional for them, but they would never show this, or they would never, like, you would probably never guess that. Probably if you've already had some kind of established love between you both, if that's for you. But I do think that there's a lot of like bottled up emotions about you. And I think that their secret confession would be that they do have a secret confession to tell you about all of that. And that they could be a lot more complex and emotional than they show themselves to be. I'm even getting someone with like two sides to them. They could have a very logical side, but they also could have a very emotional side, but maybe they just don't show that emotional side. And if this is someone that you are no longer with, but if you were with at one point in a more, at least some kind of established love between you both, I do feel they are sad about that, or there's moments where they do feel very sad about that. Again, something about being romantic. So again, either they feel like you bring out a romantic side in them, or they hope to be able to show you their romantic side. We'll see in the extended what's going to happen next year in this connection, but it's one of the two. Either that they reflect on that more romantic connection that you had, and it kind of makes them feel good, or they hope to be able to, like court you or something if they have not shown their interest yet. They kind of fantasize about being romantic with you. They feel very attracted to you physically. They also feel like you are their type physically. They feel very drawn to your physical looks. And for some, there's different groups of you definitely for this one. For some, you could represent like a temptation. So maybe this is why there's a bit of this cat and mouse. Maybe they are not available, or maybe you are not. But they do feel like you you tempt them. Yeah, this person seems to be kind of adamant about you though. It's almost like I keep seeing here that they're looking from afar, or at the least they are, I'm going to sneeze here. I'm trying not to sneeze. And sometimes when I sneeze, especially in this reading where I was picking up someone could be looking at you, I feel like that could be a confirmation for somebody that they're watching you. It's like I kind of feel frustrated too, I think I mentioned, but I almost want to just keep spinning this because I feel like I'm waiting for something to happen, but it doesn't happen. Or I feel like things are building up. What would this person's secret confessions be for group number 3? What are their secret confessions for you? Yeah, maybe going going back on old memories or text, or even thinking about phone calls between you both. That could be for some. Because I feel like this person is a bit hard to crack though in some way, or a lot of what I'm picking up on in this reading feels, it's like it's not nearly the same as another group that came up here, but it doesn't, it's almost like, I don't know if this is either just it hasn't gone that deep between you both, or if it's because they do hide a lot of their deeper emotions here, since I was picking up that they could actually be quite emotional in private, because I kind of feel like I'm just skimming the surface here, and it's like it's hard to go any deeper than that. So I feel like that could also be a message in itself here. I think this person has a lot of fantasies about you. I don't know why it's coming up this way. I don't know if you either never had a connection, or if they wish that something would have happened, or if it can't happen. But there's a lot of like fantasizing of what could be or what could have been. What's this person's secret confessions? Yeah, it's like they feel like there is like a restlessness. Maybe they feel restless in their life right now, or they feel restless in this situation too. I keep getting a bit of like a battle that they're trying to hold on. Like I'm seeing someone try to hold on, excuse me, to like hold on to some kind of structure so that they don't fall away or fly away. But I'm getting this, I don't know, like trying to hold out hope here, or this could be a stalemate situation again, where neither of you are doing anything or neither of you are budging. I can see it being that too for some, because I don't know, I'm getting kind of a bit of an avoidant tendency for this person. Is there anything else here, Spirit, to go a bit deeper into their secret confessions? Is there anything else, secret confessions, that this person has for the viewers of group number 1, or sorry, group number 3? Yeah, it's like they never dealt with something. For some of you, they feel like they never dealt properly with this connection. That would probably be for that group of you if this is like a past situation. Because they feel so drawn to something about your lusciousness or your abundance, or they feel so drawn into your energy. It's like a garden. So again, I'm sort of getting that they may put you on a pedestal. And I don't know why they can't seem to have you, or they feel like they have to watch that from afar, or they just haven't approached yet, okay, or haven't taken things further in that way, but very much keeping an eye on your beauty. Yeah. For some too, they also feel like maybe they have sabotaged something. And it's like, I do think this is someone that, since I'm getting this very surface level feeling, maybe they haven't really looked more at that, or they haven't really addressed that more. Again, we'll see in the extended a bit more message cards as well from them. But I think that maybe they feel like they do sabotage good things, or they sabotaged this connection. And that could be an underlying message here that they feel is a confession in why they act this way without taking action, or why they feel like they have to look from afar without doing anything about it. Yeah, I'm strongly getting that this person does dream about you. They could even get a lot of spiritual signs about you. If they could confess that too, they would maybe say that they do get a lot of spiritual signs about you. They may see angel numbers, they may hear songs about you, because it's almost like they feel, again, if they could, because I feel like this person is not very forward with this, but in their own time, maybe secretly, privately, they feel like there's some kind of spiritual connection here, or they feel like you are someone that is like their person. I'm not sure if that's how you feel, but that's how this person feels in secret. Or they feel like they just think about, you a lot, or you pop up in their dreams, or they see signs about you. And it's like a whole secret world, though, that I feel they keep for some of you, that they would never tell anyone about, because those people maybe wouldn't understand it, or they would think that they were crazy. But I'm getting that this person feels like again, it feels like almost like a secret obsession, even though it's not really obsessive, but I mean, it could be like a secret flame for you, a secret, I don't know, secret obsession, secret flame, secret crush. And I really strongly feel that this is not something that they show. So any final messages, Spirit, before we move on to the extended? What is this person's final secrets, confessions? For someone, I'm also getting that they pretend to be someone they're not, which fits in nicely, I guess, to some of this energy. They could even be like this chameleon. They could try to fit into other situations, or mold themselves into people that they think they should be, or for other people. Because I do feel that like this person may have two sides to them here. So they may come across very aloof, or they may come across like they don't care as much. But they could be kind of a bit shiftable and changeable, possibly even operating in situations that don't really match their true heart. Also, for somebody very specific, again, this kind of ties into that they could be a very sentimental person. They may have like an object of yours. I don't know if you gave them something. It could be like a piece of jewelry. It could be, I don't know, something that reminds them of you. And they either physically carry this with them sometimes, or it's just how Spirit's showing it metaphorically. Like they almost keep this, little token of you with them wherever they go. So yeah, they have a lot of love and emotion for you under that surface. Yeah, so I will leave it here, group number 3, and we will go over to the extended, and we'll get some more message cards and see what else they're feeling, and we will get to see what's going to happen next in this connection between the two of you. So I'll have those links down below. If you did enjoy this reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will talk to you all in the next reading or over in the extended. Take care and lots of love.